So I want to thank Jennifer for inviting me to share. Um, Joel and I took a trip to Pawleys Island, Murrells Inlet area of South Carolina, and had the opportunity to see so many beautiful examples of God's hand in nature. And I love to see how nature and what God creates, how that parallels to our spiritual lives. And I got that from my mom. There's this picture of these beautiful trees on the nature trail at Huntington Beach State Park. And I thought about how we expect and we want to grow straight up, just like we think trees are designed to go straight up, like normal trees. But because of the wind and the weather and other obstacles like gravity and pressures, sometimes the trees grow sideways and sometimes they even grow down before they grow back up. In 1 Corinthians 3, Paul reminds us that one person plants a seed, another person waters it, but God is the one making it grow. And just like plants, as long as we continue to have nutrients, we continue to grow. We may not grow in the direction we want to grow, but through all of those obstacles, challenges, and pressures around us, we're growing. And God's hand is in that growth, making it happen and making it beautiful. And even as I was thinking about sharing this with some friends, I thought that because these trees are growing sideways and even down before they grow up, they're actually going to be able to hold up to future storms and pressures even better. Since they have that wider base, it'll be harder to knock them down. And it's the same with our lives. With the trials we go through, God is creating a stronger foundation for us to support ourselves and other people. Jennifer often makes a point of sharing with the moms out there, and I'd like to do the same. So my girls are in college now, and I remember my own struggle to put the growth of my kids in God's hands. And just because they're out of the house doesn't mean that goes away. And just like me, they've had struggles and obstacles that seem like they were pushing them down or sideways and keeping them from growing up. But as I prayed and hoped and trusted in God, I get to see the miracles of growth in my children. I get to see the beauty and the strength that comes from growing through these obstacles and trials. Okay, so it's not always that beautiful when you're in the middle of it, and we don't really know how long they'll last, but there is beauty on the other side. And if you have trouble seeing the beauty in this picture of the tree or in your life or in the life of a family member, friend, or child, that's okay. Take a close look at a tree that you do see as beautiful. You'll likely see crooked branches. You might also find it's the crooked branches that make it so beautiful. And think about the truly beautiful people in your life. If you look closely, you'll probably find the same thing. And you know what? Your crooked branches make you beautiful too. Ecclesiastes 3:11 from the Amplified Version says, God has made everything beautiful and appropriate in its time. He has also planted eternity, a divine sense of purpose in the human heart, a mysterious longing that nothing under the sun can satisfy except God. Yet man cannot find out, comprehend, or grasp what God has done from the beginning to the end. Thank you for letting me share.